Hey guys, in today's video I want to share with you the benefits of adding bands to things like leg presses, to things like squat machines, where you can do that. Now, a band essentially allows us to do a couple of things to the resistance profile of this machine. It allows us to match where essentially the load is coming through to a top position where it's going to go lighter. To some degree, it allows us to match where the actual muscle itself will be performing the most amount of work, where the weight is going to be progressively heavier. So if we think about the leg press in particular, and also the squat, in the bottom of your squat, in the bottom of your leg press, that's where obviously the load is highest. That's where it's hardest. You've got to drive out from the bottom. Okay, so we know that intuitively, right? But also in that position, where in the lengthened position for the actual quads. So if we're not strong enough from that bottom position, then what we're going to see is two things. We might see a bit of pelvic rotation. We might also see a bit of lumbar flexion, where you're now trying to change your own anatomical position in order to perform that lift. So instead of doing that, obviously, one thing that we can do is ensure that we understand where we need to take the actual lift to. So you're going to work to the range of motion that you have in your knees, at which you can actually feel your quads without your pelvis tucking under. So that's going to be the same for the leg press, it's going to be the same for the squat. So then when we're in this position and we're going to drive out of the bottom position, we can add a band to the movement. So that as we're driving from the bottom position where the weight is heaviest, but the amount of tension when the quads are in their full contracted position is the least, we're now going to progressively make this lift harder. As we're pushing up, the band is adding what's called accommodating resistance. So as we're now trying to recruit those muscle fibers, bring those fibers into a shorter position, around about the mid-range is where we're going to see the most recruitment of those quad muscles. And as we finish through to the top range, the band is going to add a slight bit of resistance so that we're still going to recruit and keep tension on as many of those quad fibers as we possibly can.